It's not often that an NYU documentary student has a chance to participate in the same festival as stars like Werner Herzog and Errol Morris. But that's exactly what happened when Professor Julie Sloan of Tish's Kanbar Institute had the idea for an innovative showcase as part of the recent Doc NYC festival.
It started very spontaneously, you might almost say impulsively. I introduced myself to Tom Powers and asked him whether he had any plans to include NYU student films. He said he hadn't really thought about it, but he would be okay with that. I got mainly submissions from our Sight and Sound program, which is our sophomore level. So many of the films I watched were the first films that these students had made. But perhaps even because of that, they were very fresh and fascinating.
On the night of the screening, Mr. Powers, the artistic director of the festival, showed up to support the showcase.
It's great for us to have this opportunity to celebrate the terrific work coming out of students at NYU.
Professor Marco Williams was also on hand to lend support and introduce the 6 films.
And I hope, Tom, that we'll be able to continue this collaboration down the road, and we'll continue to celebrate Doc NYU at Doc NYC. Central Park, the park at the center of the world, Susanna Herbert. Sweet.
NYU News was able to catch up with Miss Herbert, a senior student, to discuss her film.
My film is about the history of the creation of Central Park. Ever since I was little, I've been obsessed with New York and New York history. And then I'm also a documentary filmmaker, so I thought I'd combine those two interests and make a historical film about New York. It feels really great to have my film showing at the IFC and for people and New Yorkers to learn about Central Park. And a lot of films that are made in school, they're really great, but they don't get exposure and they don't get shown. So I feel really lucky to have my film screened.
Central Park is even getting screen time outside of the city.
It's going to be shown on PBS in Memphis, and that's where I'm from, so I'm really happy about that.
An estimated 85 people came to view the films. The coordinators all shared high hopes for the future of the showcase, for both its practical and more global benefits.
I hoped that making documentaries more visible in a public arena would serve this program well. In fact, we're not just talking about fame and glory here, we're also talking about making a difference in the world, and documentaries are uniquely suited for that.
Reporting for NYU News, I'm Nick Dragovic.